Welcome to Extension Monthly. I'm Jennifer Davidson, the County Coordinator here with Russell County Extension in Phoenix City. We are so excited to have you today. We've actually got Miss Janet Johnson, who is our Regional Food Safety Expert, who's going to come on the show and teach you how to keep your family safe when you're cooking for them this fall and then throughout the holiday season. But before we get to that, I wanted to mention to you that we've got lots of programs coming up with your local Extension office. This is the season that we're going to start heading into our Farm City celebration. So the school children will have a chance to compete in an essay, multimedia, or a poster competition to basically celebrate our farmers in our area. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to give the Russell County Extension Office a call, and our number is 334-298-6845. We also have lots of 4-H programs coming up. If you know a child who is ages 12 through 18 and you want them to be a better pet owner, we have something called Good Dog University coming up, which is going to be a dog training course for kids. And also we have a horse club that we're starting in our community. So if you have someone who would like to learn more about horses and loves horses and loves the outdoors, please let us know. Again, our number here at the Extension office is 334-298-6845. Our web address is aces.edu/Russell. And of course, always like us on Facebook, because we always put our events up on Facebook as they come up. So again, thank you for watching, and we're going to move over to Miss Janet.
I'm Janet, and today we're going to be doing food safety, so I'm going to take you through the steps of doing it correctly. And one of the first things you want to do before you do any food prep is wash your hands. And we recommend that you not wash your hands in your kitchen sink so that you don't bring germs into the house. So the first thing you should do is wash your hands at your bathroom sink. You want to make sure that you're using hot and cold running water. Then you want to turn the water on. You want to wet your hands, get your soap, and then you want to rub and scrub about 20 seconds to make sure that you're doing a good job of scrubbing. Get under fingernails by kind of cupping your hands and getting some soap. Go in between fingers. And then after rubbing and scrubbing a good 20 seconds or so, you want to rinse under your warm running water. And then get your paper towel, single-use paper towel, dry your hands. And then you use that paper towel to turn off your water. And then you throw your single-use paper towel away. After you've washed your hands properly, the next thing you want to do is clean and sanitize your sink. And a lot of people don't do this before they do any food prep, but again, using hot soapy water and your detergent, you want to take your cloth and make sure it's a clean cloth, and with your cloths, make sure you also run them through the hot water wash at least like once a week. Then use some soap, and then you want to make sure you can cut the water off to conserve, but then make sure you scrub down your sinks using the hot soapy water, both sides. And then you want to rinse with water. If you have a sprayer attachment on your sink, that will work fine for rinsing. You want to make sure that you get rid of all the soap, because the detergent, the soap, actually makes your sanitizer less effective. And when you're rinsing, use cold water. That will help cut the soap. And after you rinse, the next thing you want to do is sanitize your sink. And we make up a sanitizing solution that is recommended, and it's really just 1 tablespoon of bleach. And we want to use plain non-scented bleach to 1 gallon of water. And what I've done is I've taken a portion of that and put it in a small spray bottle that I can have convenient at my kitchen, and I've labeled it with sanitizing solution so that anyone who sees this bottle will know what it is and not use it for something else. And you want to just spray it down. And you want to allow this to air dry. That gives you your contact time to make sure that you're knocking down any bacteria that can be growing in that sink. And when you are making your sanitizing solution, we want you to make sure that you get a bleach that has at least 5 to 6% sodium hydrochloride as its active ingredient. Brand is not important. Just make sure that you get a bleach with at least 5 to 6% sodium hydrogen chloride as your active ingredient. And now we're going to show you how to cut up a chicken. And the first thing you want to do is make sure you get the giblets, which is your liver, your gizzard, another piece of liver, and your heart out. And sometimes there's a neck, but I'm not seeing a neck. So in cutting up your chicken, the first thing you want to do is start off with a sharp knife, and you want to cut the leg away from the cavity, and then you break it at the thigh bone, and then you want to cut your leg quarter away from your chicken, and then putting your finger between the joints, you make a cut in the top going through the bone, and then you pull it up through, and you have your first 2 pieces of chicken. You repeat on the other side. And just so you know, the table, the cutting board, and the knife have been sanitized prior to use. Now, one thing you probably noticed is she is cutting up that chicken and she did not wash it first. Well, the recommendation is that you not wash your chicken. And I know some of you out there are having a heart attack right now, but the reason you don't want to do that is when you wash your chicken, you're actually spreading bacteria all over your kitchen, and that's not recommended. So here's your first wing. And again, repeat on the opposite side. This is kind of cost saving when you cut up a whole chicken versus buying it cut up, because a lot of times that whole chicken is going to be a lot cheaper than when you buy it cut up, or when you buy parts, then you have a lot of parts. This way you'll get all the parts that you need, and we'll also talk about the other things that you can use. Well, now that you have your whole body left, you'll want to move the breastbone until you see it move a little bit here. This is a joint, and you want to lay your knife and cut up under that joint on both sides. And here's where it takes strength. Then basically you just put your hand into the cavity and pull it apart. And then you can cut off excess fat or skin. Then you're left with the neck part or the rib part and the back. And you can cook this perfectly good to eat, but you can also freeze it and use it for making chicken broth at like a holiday time when you need some broth. You can use this as well as your giblets and boil those because you get a lot of fat and a lot of flavor in your broth here. Now, one thing I'm going to show you, and I do like to trim excess fat, because a lot of people have heard about the pulley bone, but don't know what the pulley bone or wishbone is. Well, to get that, you start off with your whole chicken breast, both sides, and then there's a spot that you feel, and you just want to make a cut at the top of, I guess you would call it the backbone, and you just cut down and around. It's a pretty good sized chicken breast here. And then you're going to break it away. Pretty big pulley bone, but there it is, or wishbone. So, and then with your breast, you just cut down through the breastbone, and here's your breastbone, and then you just pull it apart. And using your fingers to go down the side, you take out this bone. You can also use this in your boiling because again it will just be more flavorful, and then you just cut it in half. And then, even though this isn't, like I said, we wouldn't normally do this in a regular kitchen, but to show you your pieces of chicken, you have 2 thighs, 2 legs, put the wing back, doesn't want to stay, 2 wings, 1 pulley bone, and 2 breasts, a little piece of liver off. And then, like I said, if you wanted to cook this, because back in the day a lot of people did, some people love the back and the neck part, and you would just cut it, break it in half. Again, you can trim excess fat off, but you can also, again, use this fat to make you some broth, which will be nice and flavorful. And so technically, when you cut up a chicken correctly, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pieces. And most people only think you get 8 pieces out of a chicken. 2 legs, 2 thighs, 2 wings, and 2 breasts. But I've just shown you, you can actually get 11 pieces of chicken out of a chicken breast. And once you cut up the chicken, as you can see, you have a mess left. Well, we want to show you how to properly take care of this. Have disposable paper towels to get up excess liquid. So we're just going to wipe this down. And wipe off your knife, get rid of any fat and anything like that. And of course, you may need more than a couple of sheets. And you may think you're done now, right? No, of course not. Now you need to wash and sanitize your cutting board and your utensil. And so we're going to move this to the sink. So first, make you up some soapy detergent using warm water, and put you a little soap in there. Remember, we've already cleaned and sanitized our sink. And now we're going to wash with hot soapy water. Both sides. And rinse very good using your water. You could have a separate sink depending on how many sinks you have. You might have a sink just for rinsing, and then you could have a sink for sanitizing. But after you've rinsed, drain off water. And then using your sanitizing solution, you'll want to spray it down, and we're going to spray it down in our second sink. And again, both sides. And then a lot of kitchens have either a drain board or you can have a drying towel, but then you can let this air dry. Using warm soapy water, you're gonna wipe down your table. And then wash out your cloth. Then using cold water, you're going to rinse the soap out of your cloth, because like I said, you want to make sure you remove any detergent residue on your tabletop. So squeeze out excess water, wipe down again your tabletop with your clean cloth that's been rinsed to remove any detergent residue. There, and then your last step, sanitizing solution, spray it. And let it air dry. If you're in the beginning of your prep, then you can let this sanitizing solution sit on your prep area for about 1 minute. After that 1 minute, then you can wipe it down with a clean paper towel, and you're ready to continue with the rest of your food prep.
Thank you so much for watching Extension Monthly. We appreciate y'all. Again, we are Alabama Cooperative Extension here in Russell County. We are the primary outreach for Auburn University and Alabama A&M. We do food safety courses. We actually have a Serve Safe program coming up in November, so if you need that, please give us a call. We are in the schools and in the county with the kids in 4-H, and we're also in the fields helping the farmers and the home growers with the Ag and Natural Resource Program. So if you have any questions or you need any information, feel free to give us a call at the Russell County Extension Office. Our number is 334-298-6845, and also like us on Facebook. We always put our programs up there, and that's a great way to stay involved. We are glad you watched, and we'll see you next month.